Hello. Oh, I got a cough halfway through. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside Line Racing for round number 11 here for the German Grand Prix. Oh, where's my stream? Yep, this is the German Grand Prix from round number 11. We're back after the half a season break. Mid-season break. And that is OMGB, who's had a very interesting off at the first turn. We'll have a look on board with Bastos now. We've come to turn 1, and he's lost it on the exit and put it in the wall. Obviously on the hard tyre, it is a little bit easy to do that, not as much grip. Welcome everyone who's coming into the stream. As everyone would have known, there are big changes to ILR, PS4 wise. So yeah. Just to update you guys, in case you haven't been checking on Twitter, obviously ILR6, ILR7, ILR8 are all on now, and ILR5 and ILR4 are on at 8, but also now that ILR1 is also on at 8. So yeah, 3 tiers now, 3 tiers in an hour and a half. Anyway, let's focus on the qualifying at hand. Heavy T currently on provisional pole with a 1:10.0, but is on the softs. Then there's a complete mix of grid. I know it's a dry race. I had a nosy in the chat, so yeah, unfortunate. Standings, I'll get up in a couple of minutes. My PC did freeze just as the stream started, so you have to wait a few minutes. But yeah. People in the chat, how are you feeling after the mid-season break? Because to be honest, I think most of these drivers could have done with it, especially drivers that are on bad form. Wouldn't have minded a break. Is there any other drivers? There's quite a few drivers just having to go round on the hards every lap. Big W's not even on a lap. Mike, I don't know if he is or not. We'll keep on board with him as he comes through the Sachs curve for the penultimate corner. I know this final corner is called something curve. I can't remember what it's called. Something curve. But anyway, up to the line. Will Mike improve? He does a little bit by 2 tenths. So he goes from 10th to 9th. Oh, 10th to 9th. 9th to 7th. Yeah, Bastos now in the other Toro Rosso. They are the highest harder? No. Johnny is with a 13.4. So Johnny out the blue. Starting to show some impressive pace. Bastos going through the penultimate corner, now the final corner. Can he up his lap time to get ahead of maybe Patuca? We'll see. He goes 5th. He goes ahead of JTX, but not Patuca. We do have a few people just starting laps now. Jaruru is actually on a lap in the middle final sector. Actually, going for the final 2 corners, what can Jaruru do? Had a pretty good season, a half season, I think. But that lap isn't exactly a very good representation. It's a 14.8 invalid. Speed Iceman now. Finish in the middle sector. I don't know what a good lap time is for the mediums. I'm not 100% sure. I've not done much practice myself. But here he comes through Sachs curve. Takes it very nicely. You don't want to clip the AstroTurf on the inside. It will kind of auto spin you. But yeah, he takes the final 2 corners excellently, and he comes up to the line to set a 1:13 dead. So that puts him in 3rd. Anyone else? So here's Carl Meds, who's just started a lap on the mediums. Johnny did start a lap, but has now backed off. So yeah. Don't really know what the backing off's for, but might have invalidated or something. Mike just driving around. He's up on his time again. Yeah. Is he up on his time? No, he's down a little bit. We're keeping an eye on Carmade. He's up by 3 tenths in the first sector. My computer has reloaded, so probably in about 3 or so minutes I can get the standings read out to you. There comes Mike around the final corner. Can he get himself maybe up into 8th place? He improves, but doesn't go anywhere. He's just driving around at this point. Johnny, Carl Meds, that was the one I wanted to go on board with. Carl Meds coming through the final two corners, a bit of a wider line for the penultimate corner, but now onto the final corner. It's not an improvement, to say the least. It's a 1 minute 15.7, which I don't know where he's pulled that from. Johnny just starting a lap again. There was a car behind Johnny. But yeah, we may as well keep an eye on Johnny. We've got Scott and Oshin, sorry. And MBT to the line, improves by half a tenth. There's a 1 minute 12.0 again. Nipro actually being followed by his teammate who isn't on a lap, so they could be trying to tow each other or do some kind of strategy. So we will see. But Johnny, where's Johnny? Johnny is in the middle sector, the lock up going into turn 8, the Mercedes-Benz corner. We'll see what Johnny can do. He's up by 4 tenths, so that will put him just into the 12s. Johnny, he has got his teammate in front of him now, which might actually give him a bit of dirt. Yeah, not slipstream. But coming up to the line, what can he do? It's going to be a 1 minute 12.7. That tow in the end worked quite nicely for Johnny. A 1:12.7, not too shabby from him. No, he's only up by 2 tenths and has gone completely off the track. I doubt Null's up, so we're going to go off board. Mike still driving around on now 7 lap old tyres. Yeah. From that angle, is it just me or does it look like that Toro Rosso's got no front wing? Could be just me, but yeah. Batuka, usually a good qualifier, is on a lap. Coming through the middle sector now, or turn 8 and turn 9 specifically. Coming up to the sector 2 split, going on the curbs on the outside. It's pretty bumpy out there, you don't really want to be there. We're coming through now the Sachs curb. He is up by, I think, just shy of 7 tenths, so he's on for a pretty good lap time. So Patuka coming through the final 2 corners, as we see that that is actually Johnny. Going a bit wide, but here comes Patuka to the line, a 1 minute 12.7. It's just ahead of Johnny. And yeah, he's the quickest medium runner so far as we're getting close to the climax of qualifying. Mike's still driving round. How much fuel has this man got? You do not want to be starting 10th on them tyres. I tell you what, 8 laps, you don't want to be starting on them. I'm just loading onto the forums now, so I will try and get the standings as soon as possible. ILR6. Oh, as he takes a little bit of a gravel detour going into the pit lane. Just overcooking it a little bit. Right, so the standings as it loads up. Nipro is leading the championship on 126 points. Big W is second on 92 points, so the gap between the top 2 is 34. Jururu on 81. Patuka on 75. Joe on 65. Bastos on 50. Eledi 49. EST Mats 40, Stiggy 39, B 39, Scott 38, Iceman 37, Heavy T 35, Bigsby 26, Ushin 24, Johnny 14, so he's doing very well so far in this qualifying session. Muffin on 1, Newell on 0, Comeds on 0, and Ivor Brian Mike on 0. Doesn't actually say what car he's in. But yeah, on to the constructors' standings. So, Alfa Romeo lead on 204 points. Mercedes are then second on 127. Toro Rosso are third on 114. Haas are fourth on 108. Then it's Racing Point on 89. Then you've got Renault and Ferrari who are equal on 88. Then you have McLaren on 77, Red Bull 52, and Williams on 2. So they are last by 50 points. Heavy T is out on the track practically all by himself. Are these guys closer to finishing? Oh, JTX 112.5. Bastos is closer to finishing than Heavy T is, I think. Yeah, he is. So we'll keep on board with Bastos, up by 4 tenths. This will put him around about 7th. Not that much of an improvement track-wise, but quite a lot time-wise. There we go. I just completely forgot the words there. So Bastos coming up to the line, sets at 1 minute 12.9. So he pulled out a 6th place there. Not too bad there from the Toro Rosso. Heavy T now to the line. Does not improve with a 1:12.1. Scott now just starting a lap muffin, going slow. Mike for his 47th lap of the session. Patuka's retired. That's an interesting one. Patuka, 4th at the moment. And he's out of the qualifying session. Wow. I wasn't on board with Bastos, who was I on board with? It would have been Scott, wasn't it? Yeah. Scott coming through turn 10 now, I believe. And into the sector 2 split, up by 7 or 8 tenths. This will put him just into the top 10, right in the mixer, right in the blender for Scott. Won't be ahead of his teammate. His teammate's done quite a very good lap time, 1.7 seconds quicker than Scott. But Scott, through the final 2 corners, can he pull out a blinder of a final sector? Scott to the line, 13.0. Wow, he pulled out 7 tenths in that final sector, puts him in 7th. Carl Meds is apparently up on his lap. Yeah, I think he's started another one. Mike is coming through Sachs Curve. Big W's coming through Sachs Curve. We'll see what he can do. Bit slow, to be honest, if I was to say something. But anyway, coming up to the line. Big W. Can he get anywhere near his teammates? 1:12.6. Wow. Quickest on the on that compounded tyre. Mike then goes 5th on a 1:12.6. Everyone's setting the lap times in early. Carl Meds now up by 1 second in the first 2 sectors. Can Carl Meds take pole? No, he pits. So he didn't want to start on the softs, but looked like he had a pretty good pace. You got Stiggy, who's up by 3 and a bit tenths. Ushin, Null starting a lap. Nipro starting a lap. Heavy T's not come back out. Big W's finished. Mike's finished. Scott might be finished. Jaruru, I think, can just make it, but has to push his way around. Let's have a look. Can Jaruru make it to the line? I think he can, with a couple of seconds to spare. Yeah, he will be able to. So he's going to get across the line with 5 seconds to go, just the way you like it. Muffin, it's not Muffin, it was Ushin. Ushin, oh, Stiggy's gone 4th, the 1:12.5, quickest on the mediums. Ushin coming up to the line. What can Ushin do? It's going to be a 1 minute 12.6, puts him in 6th. Jaruru now is coming through Parabolica. Muffin's not on a lap. Null, Nipro's retired, so I don't know what's happening. Null only up by a 1/10.5, apparently. Null to the line. He's going to come across the line and set a 1 minute 12.7. Not where you want to be. Do not want to be in 9th, sorry, on a set of soft tyres. Jaruru now up by 6 tenths. A gap between the entire grid from 4th down to 14th. He's separated by 7 tenths. So this is going to be very close. If Jaruru can nail his final sector, he could probably go 2nd, to be honest. Jaruru now around the final corner. What is he going to do? It's going to be a 1 minute 12.5, and it is 2nd place on a set of medium tyres. That is an absolute blinding lap there from the Renault. And a Scott Scott pits. That is the end of qualifying. Well, if we have a look at the gaps, or not. Yeah, second to 11th separate by a quarter of a second. Jesus. Wow. So Heavy T on pole with a 1:12.0, Jaruru second. And then from Jaruru down to 11th is separated by a quarter of a second. That is ridiculous. From second to, I would say 14th, anywhere below that's probably not a representable lap time. From second to 14th is separated by half a second. What a race we are in for. But yeah. So it's a dry race, as I already knew. So, people in the chat, what do you think? Who do you think's going to win? I genuinely do not know. But it's sure as hell going to be a good one. Jaruru, 3 wins in the past 3, or this... Jaruru with 3 wins for the mid-season break, finds himself second on the set of mediums and 11th prime position. It's not a bad position. You do start on the best tyre you want. And as we start, we've got Newell, who's a little bit anxious to get off the line. But, yep, we're starting. Everyone inside the top 10. Tyres are Heavy T, JTX and Newell on softs. And Newell is in the worst position for softs. He's in 10th. Jaruru, Nipro, Stiggy, Big W, Ushin, Mike, and Patuka, all inside the top 10, having to start on the mediums. Then you have Bastos on the mediums outside the top 10, as well as Scott, as well as Iceman, as well as the SD Mats. And then the other people going for the alternate strategy are Bastos, Carmeds, Muffin, and B. They are all on the hard compound tyres, so watch out for them. Watch out for Newell, as he's a bit far down on the set of softs. Jaruru had the most wins before the mid-season break with 3. Obviously people have won and left, but we're not going to mention names. But yeah, he won 3 out of the 10 last... so Heavy T going very slowly. Last half season. Yeah, his good streak. Not really his good streak. Oh. I mean, this is an interesting camera. You're telling me that's the view for them two? Really? Really? But as everyone's lining up now, is it sorting itself out? No. Okay, we're going to be looking at a brick wall for half the race then. So as we get ready, here we go. 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. A very long way, but away we go, and it looks like a pretty good start from Heavy T, and it's not a good start from Jaruru. Nipro around the outside of turn 1, Nipro's off the track, Jaruru spun into traffic, oh, and there's a big collision. Sticky has completely T-boned him. There's a McLaren backwards as well. Jesus, that is an absolute manic start. Jaruru lost it on the curbing, nothing to do with Nipro there. Yeah, surprised no one retired there. Here comes Ushin, being overtaken by Patuka going into the hairpin. Big W closing off Ushin, which allows Patuka to have a go. Ushin now having a go at both of them. He's going to get both of them. Oh, wow. Big W going off the track for no reason at all. Oh, wow. Patuka cutting across very dangerously there. Nothing happening there. Oh, Patuka tapping with Big W, but nothing else happening there. Big talking point there, Jaruru. I was literally mentioning his last race was a DNF. And now he's at the back of the grid. Muffin hasn't really got a wing. Kind of T-boned Jaruru, and Jaruru's got wing damage as well. Iceman has got wing damage as well. Yeah, it's just wing damage frenzy, isn't it? So as we finish lap 1, Heavy T has got a 1 second lead to Nipro. Oh, people need to watch out for that, as Null's done it as well, for running over the curb at the exit of turn 1. Obviously it is going to give you a warning. That curb is dastardly. Because if you hit the curb wrong, you're going to spin. If you go too far wide, you've got a warning for it. If you cut it, you've got a warning for it. You've just got to take it right every lap. We've got a bit of a train here from Ushin down to ESD Mats. No one is going to go for it. Is it ESD Mats in the back of that battle? No, it's actually down to B. So if we quickly look at position changes, that's fastest lap, you idiot. The person who's getting the most is ESD Max and B, as we see a Toro Rosso Fastos learning how to go off the track at Hockenheim. Let's get back on the tyres. As we start lap 3 out of 34. Nipro is closing in on Heavy T, so them softs obviously aren't paying out as well as Heavy T would have liked. Unless Heavy T can find a way to stretch him, he is going to be looking at a 2-stop strategy. Meanwhile, Nipro is easily going to be looking at 1, as we've got JTX getting passed by Ushin. I'm surprised by that, because I don't think Ushin wasn't that close last lap. So I'm wondering if JTX made an error somewhere and has lost a position now. So moving on, we've got Patuka on the back of Big W. We'll see what he can do. Obviously they're both up there in the championship. 2nd versus 4th, exactly. They've got a difference in the championship of 17 points, so getting a W over each other is really going to be important. And that's like Patuka, a Big W, and that was Newell off in the wall at turn 1. I saw that in the background just about. He's off and into the wall at turn 1. I don't think anything's going to happen though, as we've got Nipro going for the lead down the inside. Heavy T isn't even going to fight it, and I am not surprised, because it's not Heavy T's fight to win, to be honest. So yeah, Heavy T conceding the position. Nipro taking the lead of the German Grand Prix. Big W now is going to have to try and get Patuka back, but Patuka looks like he is on fire. Big W already struggling to keep up. What if he's got like wing damage or something? Because he is really struggling to keep up. Which is a bit weird, because Big W has had the pace all season. And is currently on a point streak. So, oh, yellow flags are set to 1. Is it Mats? It is. The SD Mats spun round at turn 1. Not great from the McLaren driver, as we're missing some. Patuka has got the move done down the inside of JTX into turn 6. I don't know why I said turn 2, apologies. So yeah, JTX starting to fall down the grid as soft tyres are starting to wear out. Obviously he'll try and stretch him to the hards. I don't know how long it'll take for the hards to last around this track. But as you can see, Mike is all over the back of Big W. All that 47 laps in practice on the hards are going to be paying him off here. Is he close enough? No, he's not had a very good run, and Heavy T is now losing out to Ushin. Ushin comfortably getting the move done for P2. As we've got Big W now on JTX, as JTX now, the soft runners, really are starting to struggle. Both the Red Bulls there, Johnny and Scott, quite high positions. No offence to them, obviously, but having a Red Bull up there is a bit unusual. Neither of them have had points since, well, Scott, the last time he had points was Canada, and Johnny, the last time he had points was in, not France, China. China. So, yeah, the Red Bulls are not on a good going. They know what they need, and Johnny, wow, I wasn't even looking. Oh, no, he's got wing damage. Oh, no. Oh, commentator's cursed him there, haven't I? JTX pits. Are the Red Bulls going to switch? Surely they are, as Johnny has got wing damage. Oh, Mike is off and into the barriers. Perfect POV of that. Barstar's passing his teammate, or his derelict teammate now, in the wall at turn 1. As I said, that curb can catch you out, and it has caught him out and put him in the wall. Heavy T has now lost the position to Patuka, on the side by side, but Patuka is going to have the superior grip as he's on the better tyres at this point, and he's up into 3rd place. Heavy T yet again conceding positions. Oh, Scott and Johnny, and they have done the switcheroo as Johnny's got the wing damage. He knows he's just going to hold up Scott, and Scott can run away from him. This is kind of the only battle at the moment, actually, because you've got B joining in as well. Johnny is going very, very slowly now. He's almost dropped out the second range of Scott. Oh, and having to take a very straight line, I'd call it a straight line approach to turn 1. Must be quite a big chunk off of that end plate. There comes B, pretty easily, pretty quickly, around the outside of the parabolic curve, and doesn't even need to worry about Johnny into the hairpin, as both the Mercedes are battling, and Big W was ahead of Heavy T, but they've switched back around, which is a bit unusual, as Heavy T is on the slower tyre. I don't know why he's going there, but he's on the slower tyre. So I don't know why he's not letting his teammate through. Oh, now he is. Right, okay. Not the most ordinary spot. Oh, no! Oh! He won't want to see that again. Very, very rookie mistake from Heavy T there. Spinning at Sachs curve in the dry. That is unheard of. Yeah. There are no battles now, wow. The grid really has separated itself. We'll go on board with B as his collection to Scott. Gap is now 1.1 and closing. Still not within a second yet. Scott's mediums should still be doing quite well for now. Gap is now 1.3, so Scott is starting to get away. It was a battle for P60 or P15. Not usually a battle I would showcase, but you know, it is a battle. Love to see it. I think Heavy T's got past Stiggy, and Stiggy's struggling instantly. So yeah, the gap's more than a second now, and that battle is over. So we'll go back on board with, not comments, B. This B looks like they will catch Scott. I'm getting the thingies mixed up, as we've got yellow flags in sector 1. Oh, Stiggy at turn 1. So turn 1 strikes again. Oh, there's a few more battles going on here. Hello. ESD Mats closing in on Muffin. JTX is also behind ESD Mats. Oh wow, Mats is really closing in on Muffin. What's happened to Muffin? But anyway, with DRS, fairly easy. Where is Muffin going? Jesus, he was going onto the grass there at one point. You can give him a wide berth, but that was a bit more than that. And now JTX looks like he's going to get the move done, as Ushin is closing in on Nipro. So I do apologise if you can hear me yawn. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm still committed here for commentary. JTX isn't going to go for it down the inside of Sack's curve, surely not. No, he doesn't. He's going to have to sit back. Is he going to get him down the straight? No, Muffin has DRS on ESD Mats. But Muffin just seems to be going slow. He's on a set of hards that are a little bit worn. Scott and B. Scott back down the inside of B. Into the hairpin. And now Scott out traction in B. They're now side by side going into turn 7. And Scott backs out. Which is highly unusual. Well, not unusual, but confusing. I don't really know why he did back out. He could have got the move done there, stuck it down the inside and gone around the outside of turn 8. But everyone's to their own, and I don't know why that happened, but yeah, Muffin lost a position to JTX as well. Let's switch to the battle for the lead. Obviously, that's really more important. Ushin now is half a second behind Nipro. I think Nipro's going to be safe, or maybe, yeah, he is going to be safe. I thought we were going to see a very, very, very late dive bomb from Ushin there into turn 1. But we're not. And Johnny picks up a 3-second time penalty. Ushin all over the back of Nipro now. Gap now 4 attempts. It should be done, I think, on the parabolic curve when we next get to it. Gap 4 attempts going into turn 1. Runs a little bit wide, does Ushin. So might see a warning go his way. Apologies if you hear me just suddenly pause. I thought there was an issue. But here comes Ushin around the outside of the parabolic curve, or down the inside of the parabolic curve actually. But yeah, he gets that move done fairly comfortably. And he's up into the lead now. So Ushin definitely is showing his calibre and his pace. Back with Scott. He's not really given up. Oh, that's comments. He's not giving up on his battle with B. As they battle for P5. I don't know why his coughs just suddenly appeared. Yeah, it's Big W. It's the first of the pitters on the mediums. Just for a set of hards. He's going to come out in between JTX and Muffin. And part of this battle as Nipro is 1/10 behind going into turn 8 and does not go for the move. So yeah, Nipro keeping Ushin at arm's length, or actually it's the vice versa that. Ushin keeping Nipro at arm's length. Ushin nowhere near the championship battle, but yeah, he probably wants to win this race as they're both pitting. Sticky yes for a safety car. You can't. You may ask and you shall receive, or you may ask and get nothing. They both pit. I guarantee Nipro's going to get held, and he does badly. As they all pit, Scott carries on and B carries on. Ushin and Nipro out in P3 and P4. Patuka comes out in P6. We'll keep on board with this as Patuka's on cold tyres. I think Patuka's fine now. Nope. So if you do that, that's my pedal. And Heavy T with the fastest lap of a 1:15.7. Patuka with a big lock-up going into the hairpin. As we've got Johnny and Jaruru. Jaruru now up into 11th. Just to confirm it, even though I say it every single week, no podium interviews, as I do have ILR 4 right after this race. Yeah, we're going with this 4-way scrap for P5. Scott Pitts, Bastos here, and Comets. They're both on 15 lap old tyres there. I don't think they've pit yet. Comets could potentially be on for his first points finish of the season. I don't know where Scott's going to come out, but let's go with Patuka as he's all over the back of Comets. Will he go for it into turn 2? Nope. He doesn't, but he's easily, and I mean easily, going to get it down the straight without even looking. He can get past Comets here. Comets is going to not fight it, no. You know, Bastos is fighting it. He's fighting it. He has to try it around the outside of the hairpin. He's got to try and get more speed. He's off the track, not where you want to be. And he loses out to JTX and has dropped to P7. Muffin and Scott now. Jesus, what is going on there? Scott, they're around the outside. Good move there from the Red Bull driver, and he's up into 9th position. Now, Meds, can he keep up with Patuka? It's a very, very nice helicopter shot as they come through the final sector. All 5 cars, you can see the cars in the background going through Mobile 1. But no, Meds' tyres are a little bit old at this point. Could probably take mediums to the end or maybe go one more lap. It is up to him, obviously. His Nipro is now within DRS range of Ushin. And the DRS helping very much as that gap goes down to half a second. And someone who might get in the way of this battle is B, as B is only 3 seconds up the road, but Ushin seems to be going pretty slow. Gap is 4 tenths now. Patuka is 6 seconds down the road, so yeah, I don't really want to say out, but he could come into it. Gap is 2.5 tenths. Nipro is really looking to get this move done on Ushin. As Comeds has pit, he's not going to go for it into turn 2, he'll wait. Comeds speeds into the pit lane, not exactly the smartest thing to be doing. But yeah, here comes Nipro. He's 2 tenths behind before DRS. He's got DRS. Ushin, he's just conceding it. And Nipro retakes the lead of the German Grand Prix on... Oh, actually no, he hasn't yet. He's taken 2nd place at the German Grand Prix, which is the net lead. Oh, Big W and JTX. JTX trying it around the outside of Big W as Big W's down the inside. JTX has had to concede the position there. He didn't really go for the switchback very well as the other Renault is getting involved in a battle now. Specifically Giroux, specifically getting past Muffin into the hairpin. Meanwhile, we've got Carl Meds, who is closing in on Yesti Mats. Carl Meds at the moment is on for some points, so Williams, points finish. Might be seeing that coming very soon. They are currently on 2 points. Nipper with the fastest lap of a 1:15.5 and is gaining on B at an absolute mad rate. But meanwhile, we'll stick on board with this battle for now. Don't forget exam between these two. No. I don't know if Ushin's even using his DRS. I don't think he is. But the variable that I was on about is the fact that B is just up the road, and how reluctant will he be to hand the position over to both of them? The one positive for Nipro will be that he'll get DRS off him. The negative being will be let him go. No, B pits. But has given Nipro DRS. So Nipro will thank him a little bit. As they start lap 21. And B might come out ahead of Scott. I think he will. Yeah, he does. So B's done quite well there, I think. Yeah, B up 11 places. Wow, started 17th. Second to last on the back row of the grid. And is now in 6th, chasing everyone up front. JTX has to pit. There's no way he can take them another 13 laps. So he's guaranteed the top 5 here. But anyway, back and forth with the battle for the lead between Nipro and Ushin. Ushin really starting to claw back the time he lost and the position he lost. So prepare for this battle for the perhaps next 12 laps on. Not a bad race so far. We've got a battle for the lead. Can you complain? Ushin will do what everyone else does. We'll just stay back until parabolic curve, then push. Yep, JTX pit, so that will promote B up into 5th. And no DRS for Ushin. Yes, he max for the 3-second time penalty. Nothing's going to happen between these two now at the moment. Carmeds and Johnny. Let's get on board with that. As actually the top 2 were quite close going into Mobile 1. No, this is going to happen for now. I'm guessing Carmed's past Johnny. The Stiggy sets the fastest lap that's going on, but the leaders as the gap is 2 tenths. Ushin really putting Nipro under some pressure now. Between these two, it's definitely going to come down to penalties, but Ushin really looking like he's going to get Nipro down this straight here, or through the curve. He's got DRS. I don't know if he's got DRS failure or not, but he's getting Nipro's defending the inside line. He's left the door open. Oh, Ushin almost hits him. It's a very good defensive line from Ushin. Nipro, though, able to try and get partial a switchback as he goes side by side for turn 7 now, and it looks like Ushin has kept the move. I mean, Nipro's kept the move. Ushin looking for switchbacks. He can't get it. Is he going to push for it into Mobile 1? Is he? Yes, he is down the inside of Mobile 1. How are they keeping it side by side through there? And they eventually settle down, and Nipro keeps a position. These two are going hammer and tong. Excellent fighting between the pair of them. This has allowed Patuka, though, just to gain a little bit. That gap has gone to about 5 seconds now. But to be honest, I would not mind seeing that for the next 10 laps. Will we see it again? I don't know if Ushin's got some sort of DRS failure, because he should have passed him a few times now down the straight. He's going to be trying it again. But he looks well far back this time. Yeah, I don't think he's got DRS, so there could be an issue with Ushin's car. He's not going to go for it down the inside of turn 8. A little bit of a lock up there from Nipro, sends him out a little bit wider. as they come through Mobile 1 again. Patuka lost all the time that he has gained on the previous lap. Will Nipro fall under the pressure of Ushin? He's got DRS this time, so Ushin's got his DRS back. So now Nipro is in big trouble as Ushin is going to be gaining hella quickly. Now, and it looks like down the parabolic curve, it looks like it's game, set, match for now for Ushin. Nipro, I don't even see him fighting this. Here comes Ushin with DRS around the curve. Ushin giving him, or Nipro giving him the absolute squeeze as he go into the hairpin now. Nipro's going to look for a switchback, cannot get one, but Ushin ruined his line by cutting across through turn 7, side by side, turn 8. Yeah, they are still side by side. Wow, only for the curbing for Nipro. Through the, still side by side. Ushin looks like he's going to keep it for now. Good battling between both of them again. Been able to keep it clean all the time. That is what you do want to see. Now it looks like it's going to be Nipro's turn to put on the attack. Oh, Ushin with a 3-second time penalty. That is bottling under the pressure, that. Getting a 3-second time penalty. I don't know what Nipro has. I know that Ushin definitely has a 3. He doesn't know about anything else. That's a big backhand slide from Nipro there. Pushing a little bit too hard. If he knows that Ushin has got a penalty, then he doesn't need to fight that hard. But we will see. Nipro still hanging in behind after that bit of a back end wobble coming out of turn 2. Oh, yellow flag. Muffin out. It was Johnny is having a look at ESD Max, or ESD Max thinks past Johnny into the hairpin. Muffin retires. There's another position for Stiggy, but yeah, I don't think that safety car is going to be coming now as we're starting lap 27. We're getting towards the end of the Grand Prix now. I don't think a safety car is going to happen. As we come into turn 2 again. Not many more laps to go now. And again, not a very good exit there from Nipro. He's struggling in that first sector. He still has faith, apparently. How much faith? Because if it was me, probably non-existent. And even if it was a safety car, it'd still be down at 15th. So yeah, anyway, I don't think there's going to be a safety car. So we've got Jaruru and Scott. Scott trying it around the outside of Jaruru. Jaruru on very old hards. Actually, Jaruru hasn't stopped on them hards, actually. Wow. Very, very worn hards for Jaruru. You can see the tyre difference. Jaruru's are absolutely scorching. There's no way he can take them. He does have to pit. He's not pit yet. Well, actually, he has pit, actually. So Jaruru could be going to the end. From lap 1 to the end on them tyres, I do doubt it. Because I don't think the hards are even designed to last that long. But if he can, that will be absolutely astonishing from the Renault driver. Now Scott surely has to get Jaruru. Jaruru hasn't got much of a defence grip-wise. Gap is 4 tenths. Scott, is he not using his ERS? No, why? Oh, the Alpha Centre 1. Is it JTX? Could be. I think it was. He's lost a couple of seconds, so yeah, I think JTX made a slight error somewhere. But anyway, we'll go back on board with the leaders, as there is not many laps to go now. We are going to be entering our 6th to last lap, I think. And these two are still neck and neck. Just to remind anyone, as I said earlier, no podium interviews, as ILR4 will be on for me. So yeah, just to also remind anyone, ILR4, ILR5 and ILR1 are on tonight. Yeah, ILR1 is a new addition after it got cancelled from Sundays. And Nipro too far back, not going to go for anything at the moment. Perhaps he knows about the penalty, I don't know. He may know about the penalty. I'm not going to check the penalties yet. I'm not going to check them anyway. We'll find out at the end of the race. Sorry about that, I was just looking at something. Nipro still closing in on Ushin. I think he's just going to hand back. If I was to check, I would think Nipro's got no penalties, because otherwise, or he's got less than what Ushin has. Otherwise, he would have been pushing and really gunning for the move. Because Ushin has got the pace, and he might, not Ushin, Nipro has got the pace, and he might actually go for it on Ushin. He's a bit close, he's going to look for it around the outside. Ushin's very good at defending that line though, but a very good run from Nipro. He's going to go down the inside at turn 7. He's got his front wing and his wheel in there, so Ushin has to leave the room. Into turn 8 now, they break equally. Oh, but yeah, that was always going to be Ushin's corner. Ushin is allowed to force the other driver off the track as such when it is his corner, so yeah. So yeah, Ushin doing very well to defend. As we start lap 31 now. And Nipro is right behind Ushin. And there is the move for the lead. Ushin's not even going to fight it. As you can see him there in the gap of the halo. And yeah, Nipro into P1 with 3 more laps to go after this one is finished. Now will Ushin mount an attack of his own again? So we start lap 32, 3 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Wow, that's a very good run. That's a very good run from Ushin. Ushin, no, he's gonna hand back. Doesn't want to go for it just yet. So he's not got many opportunities. He says, has anyone got 40 seconds worth of penalties? I don't know. Oh shit, I don't know why I hung back. Or hung back, sorry, my English there was a bit bad. Oshin has not got long to go now. He's got 2 laps to get a move done. To be honest, getting a move done on lap 33, if they're equal on penalties, is not great, as, you know, the other driver, in this case Nipro, will get a chance on lap 34 to go for the move. Now let's see. Oshin's not going to go for it to turn 2. He's got a very, very good run, and he's going to go for it this time. Or is he? He's not gone into overtake, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for him. He's gone down the inside into the hairpin. He's going to go for that very defensive line again. He's overshot it a little bit, and that allows Nipro just to hold in there. He's not got it though. Very, very good run from Oshin out of the corner. Oh, but here comes Nipro. Here comes Nipro down the inside of turn 8. Right when you need it. Oh, a bit of side pod contact, but nothing done damage-wise. Now Nipro has got 1 lap. We're starting the final lap. He needs to get this move done. The gap is 4 tenths. He might get him on penalties. There's a shocking first sector to begin with there. Big wobble out of turn 1. He's well far back already. The gap's 7.5 tenths. Oshin really, really putting the foot down. But here comes Nipro clawing that gap back. They've got to give it everything on this last lap. It's potentially for the win. You don't know about penalties. As they come through turn 8, it looks like Oshin is going to win on track. But will he win on penalties? Fair play to Jaruru, who has gone 32 laps since lap 1. Or he pit on the end of lap 1 to hard, and he's going to go to the end and get possibly P6. But here comes these 2 drivers for the final 2 corners. Who is going to get the win? I do not know, but here comes them 2 around the final corner. Oshin celebrating. Oshin wins and gets fastest lap of a 1:14.7, so he gets all 26 points. Patuka, 3rd place, perhaps Big W. 4th, B, 3rd. Wow. 17th to 3rd. That is absolutely incredible. Patuka 4th, Big W 5th. Jaruru, fair play. 32 lap old tyres and keeps them all behind. Wow, wow, wow. Scott 7th, Matt 8th, Comrades 9th. Comrades 9th. JTX 10th. Bastos 11th. Johnny 12th. Heavy T 13th. Speed Iceman will take 14th. And Stiggy, unfortunately, didn't get a safety car, and I don't think anyone's got 40 seconds worth of penalties, and he is last. Well, there is a top 3 celebrating. So, Oshin is your winner. Nipro in 2nd. B in 3rd. That is your top 3. B, I would say, is my driver of the day. 4th is Patuka. 5th, Big W. 6th, Jaruru. 7th, Stiggy. Stiggy. Scott, 8th Matt, 9th Carmeds, some more points for Williams after a very long time, and JTX in 10th. Also Scott, back on the points, been quite a while. Outside the top 10, Bastos, Johnny, Heavy T, Speed Iceman, Stiggy, Muffin. Stiggy is the last one to finish, and all the non-finishers were Muffin, Mike, and No. That's been it from me, Leon. ILR 6, 7 and 8 are finished. ILR 1, ILR 4 and ILR 5 are next. And for ILR, we'll see you then.